Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of the SP Podcast, the show where I interview VR content creators, VTubers, and many more. And for today's episode, we have someone who has been the biggest inspiration for all of the creators in Rec Room. Now, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Marisa, and I love creating in Rec Room and all the creators in Rec Room for sure, and I can't wait to see what you guys create.
Heck yeah. So we just have a few questions for you. So are you ready to answer them?
Sure am.
So the first question is, how did you find out about Rec Room?
So I found out about Rec Room because I was looking to build my own VR game. I wanted to get into immersive experiences and designing for immersive experiences. So I wanted to create my own game. So I was exploring some games and I ran into what was known as Rec Room. And then I met some really cool people there and we went questing together. So I kind of got pulled into Rec Room. After a bit, I would say like about a couple of months or so, they came out with a creative tool called the Maker Pen. And at the time, it was kind of like the charades pen, actually. So I learned how to create with the charades pen and I built a huge pirate ship, basically. And that's how I got into Rec Room, is because everybody wanted to learn how to build that pirate ship. So I started the very first Maker Pen class.
I've definitely seen like images of that pirate ship before, and I can definitely say for the time that it was built, it was definitely impressive for sure.
Oh yeah, that was charades pen, guys.
Heck yeah.
No grid tools, no flying, just plain organic crazy shapes.
For sure. The second question is, what made you want to become the lead designer of Rec Room at the time?
I kind of made my way into being a designer at Rec Room. I actually originally was already a designer prior to Rec Room. I was a UX UI designer. I was a graphic designer. I graduated with a graphic design degree and made my way into UX and UI through that. And then as I moved into Rec Room, I started off as a creative designer where I kind of started the whole marketing for creative. And I started off with the inspiring creators to create and like just teach them and start the building the foundation of the rooms, like onboarding experiences and so forth on how to use creative tools.
Heck yeah, and I can definitely say you've definitely left a big impact on the creative community, because even today, still many creators look up to the stuff that you've taught them, the stuff you've made, how to make stuff, and it's just amazing.
That's amazing. I'm not going to stop either. I'm going to start my YouTube channel right back up, and it's going to be all about like creating virtual experiences, not just in Rec Room, but anywhere that has virtual experiences. So just, tag along. It's Marisa VR on YouTube, and I'll be posting once I finalize some things.
Heck yeah, I definitely can't wait to see that. The third question is, what has been your favorite project that you've worked on with Rec Room?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I have worked on so many amazing projects with Rec Room. I think like one of my favorite projects working at Rec Room is the Rec Olympics. So that was one of my big favorites, and the Mad Science department was pretty good too. I also really enjoyed working on the creative tools as well. So just providing more materials, shapes, clone flip tool, guys. That's right. That came from me. Cannot live without that tool. I don't know how we did, but like a lot of those things matter, and like the tube settings, especially when we got more granular tubes, we really wanted to get a lot more in there. The Maker Pen menu is built to have more stuff. It just doesn't right now. So hopefully Rec Room does something there eventually.
Heck yeah. I can definitely say, you mentioned Rec Olympics. When I first saw the event, I was amazed by it, because it was like, wow, the Olympics inside Rec Room, definitely an interesting concept. And when I saw it, I definitely wanted to participate in one of the events at the time. But also at that time, I was like, I'm not sure if myself would really be that good at the sports they had. So I was like, maybe I'll just be a spectator and just watch other people do better than me.
Yeah, it was like the very first event like that. It definitely can be more involved. It's just like it was kind of like an experiment project at the time. It really came together really nicely, and I was really pleased about how it came out and the story it told, the marketing around it, the moderation teams coming together, a lot of stakeholders involved. It was just absolutely fantastic. And like the creative team I was running at the time did such an amazing job on all of it.
Heck yeah, I gotta say those are my favorite kind of events Rec Room, where it like not only has like cool cosmetics, but also like can tell a story about like the event. Like for example, when you guys did the Forbidden One event, where it's like first started with the League of Heroes, gathering together and then coming all together to fight the Forbidden One. I felt like that's one of my favorite storylines that you guys have done.
Yeah, it's really fun stuff. I wasn't involved in that one, but that was a fun experience as well.
Heck yeah. The fourth question is, who has been your biggest inspiration when it comes to the art industry in general?
Ooh, that's a good one. I would say like I don't really have a specific person that I follow. People don't make great things by themselves. They make great things together with groups of people and feedback from a lot of different people. So I tend to keep my more like team-based. So one of the people that one of the teams that I really follow and I inspire for is Media Molecule, and they're the ones that actually designed Dreams and a lot of the creative tools that are absolutely fantastic. So much design and game design and so much experience design, and all of the stuff that they create is absolutely mind-blowing. And if I could work for them, I would. They're in Britain. I think they're not even in America. They're just absolutely fantastic. I would just work for them if I could. But those people, fantastic. Like it's absolutely amazing where they come from. Another one is Shapes XR. Now, Shapes XR, I watched them from the beginning to where they are now, and I watched how they evolved, their tool sets, how they worked with their users, how they branched out and partnered with other industries, and that is a great team to follow, especially if you're ever into like UX, UI design, and they are on a whole nother level with that stuff. Another one would be like just for general stuff. Like I don't know if anybody follows Google Material Design. It is really good stuff. I would always recommend following that. The team that put that together at the time was a spectacular team, kind of innovative as well. This is moving into another phase though, when we're looking at Apple UI joining the market with their glass and their interactivity. I mean, it's nothing new, but the interactivity is a little bit new as we were moving into more immersive environments as these glasses come out. So like we'll see how that all pans out, but those are the people that I follow. Those are the teams that I follow, and fantastic work there.
Heck yeah. I could definitely say there's some artists, yes, that they make art and everyone loves it, but it's always amazing when it's like a bunch of artists coming together to make like one big thing. That's what makes it even better, because that it A, took a while, B, there's a bunch of people worked on it, and then the final product just comes out amazing.
And that is what I loved about Rec Room, because like people come together and they build things together, they get feedback from people, and they feel like they're a part of the project, right? Like people, when they go and they game test your experiences, they feel like they're a part of it. When they act in your room, they feel like they're a part of the project. And it brings everyone together, and it makes them feel like they're part of something, and that's really important.
Heck yeah. The fifth question is, if you had to give your younger self advice of what's to come in the future, what would you say?
Oh my goodness. The future. What would go with the future? The future is wild right now. I think a lot of people might know this, but AI is really, changing things up. It's actually pretty bigger than the internet itself that came out. It's going to change how we think about education and how we move through education. It's going to change the way that we work. It's going to reduce teams for sure, and it's going to saturate the market a bit. But I would say, like, if I could tell myself something, I'd probably say probably don't go for the master's, because I have a master's of fine arts in graphics and human computer interaction. And the reason why I went for that is because I wanted to get into more digital experiences. If I would have told myself when I was going for my bachelor's in graphic design, I would have said, focus on the digital stuff. Focus on the 3D animations, and the HCI. Get it then, and then go start your career, because like, the world is just changing all the time, and it's not going to require all that stuff anymore.
Heck yeah. I could definitely say it's great advice. And back to what you said about the AI, I know, like, a lot of people, when they, like, first got introduced, people were worried that, oh no, we shouldn't trust it because it's just going to take over the world or whatnot. Which some people aren't wrong in a way, but if you use it in the right way, then it won't fully take over your job. It'll just assist you and help your job being better and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, it has its downsides and upsides. I could see a pretty good world, like, maybe we don't need to be working 8 hours a day anymore. Like, that would be nice. In other countries, they don't have that. But since in America, we're so spread out, it's kind of like normal for us to do that. But maybe, this new technology will kind of change that.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait to see how this all rolls out.
Exactly.
The sixth question, which I ask everyone, what is your favorite food?
I love sushi. I love sushi.
Valid answer. The last person I interviewed, they pretty much gave, like, the same one answer, but their answer was like, pasta. Give me all the pasta. I want all the pasta in the world.
Pasta's good too.
Yeah, exactly. The seventh question is, what has been your favorite memory in Rec Room?
Oh my gosh, there's so many memories that I have in Rec Room. So many. I would say, like, my very first favorite memory was the pirate ship being displayed in the rec center. That was one of my favorite memories. Another favorite memory would be the graduations from all the classes. Oh man, the stories there are phenomenal. People go to create classes, not just to learn the creative tools, but to meet other people, and they meet friends, they learn how to create, and they build teams together. So there's so much involvement in classes and building, like, communities and strengthening creation, and it's just such a positive experience. It creates a positive environment.
Heck yeah. That's definitely something that I saw in my bucket list, is attend a Rec Room class at least once. But the thing is, I have to find A, the time, and then B, what I want to do. Because on one hand, building could definitely be improvement, because me, I'm more known, like, simple circuits and whatnot. And then if I want to improve that, I could. But then also there's the video classes, where if I want to improve my video skills, I could. It's like there's so many different classes that I don't know which one to start with.
Exactly. And when I was help running that program, there was so many people that take multiple classes. And it's just because they want to. It's because they get to meet new people, like-minded people, and they get to, like, experiment, and they get to learn from those people, because everybody has a unique way of doing things. And if you're not communicating with those people, it's hard to find that stuff. But when you're working with them and you're collaborating, you kind of learn those techniques, and that's what makes it really fun.
Heck yeah, that also kind of correlates with what you said before about the art thing, where if you, like, collaborate in one big team, then the final result would just be amazing for everyone to see.
Right.
The eighth question is, what is your favorite Rec Room original of all time, out of all of them that have been released so far?
Jumbotron!
I agree with that.
I love Jumbotron. I had so many memories of Jumbotron.
Yeah, that's always been one of my favorite Rec Room rituals as well, just because of like the space theme and whatnot. And especially the boss music, it's definitely a banger for sure.
Oh yeah.
The 9th question is, what is one advice you give to any Rec Room player that aspires to be just like you?
So the advice I would give is learn game design. Because game design is going to teach you how to make really good experiences. Learn color theory and lighting. So that will teach you how to make really engaging and immersive experiences. And keep in mind, like, think about how you can create an engaging experience. How can you motivate players to come back to your room? So like game design will teach you all of that. So I would always dabble in game design. I would follow all the game designers on LinkedIn. If you haven't made a LinkedIn account, like follow those game designers, all of those level designers, because they post so much stuff. You'll learn so much from them. Follow them on YouTube, you know, like all those people, you'll learn so many great things from people like that. And, you know, take some courses in game design if you can, whether it's on Udemy or at your university or just, you know, a class for fun.
Heck yeah. I never remember when I was like younger, it's always been my dream to like make my own game of myself. And I remember there was this class I took in high school, which was just like that. I took it, and then when I looked at the stuff that is involved in the game, I was like, at the moment, I don't think that was something I want to do, because there's all the stuff you have to worry about, like the design, the music, the program, and whatnot. Especially coding. I tried coding. It did not work out for me. I'm not much of a coder.
You know, yeah, I can code, but I'm not a great coder. I would never say I'm a great coder. But I will tell you this, you know, things are getting easier with AI. So if you are not a great coder, you can use AI to help you get there. If you're not a great artist, you can use AI to help you get there. There's so much stuff that you can do. And the best thing about game design is that's what inspires me. Like, it's very complicated stuff, right? Like, you have to think about so much things, like the interaction, the lighting, how people interact with doors and NPCs, and how they communicate, like tell a story. There's so much to it, and that's the beauty of game design, and that's the beauty of immersive worlds.
Heck yeah, that I can all agree with. And the final question is, are you proud with the impact that you have left with the Rec Room community?
Absolutely. I helped build this community from the ground up. I started the creator classes, the workshops, most of the programs that help build this creator community to be a strong, influential, and grow in a positive world. And I tell you right now, it's amazing to me, and I know exactly how to do it again. There's a lot of strategy behind it. I have a master's of fine arts and graphic design, which has a teaching component to it. So I kind of like brought that all together, and it created this beautiful creative community that really connects, inspires, and they are building their own creative communities, which is fantastic.
Heck yeah, there's been like so many amazing stuff that people created, whether it's been like artwork, rooms, circuitry, just anything. And most of their inspiration comes from you, because you've taught them so many different things that helps them build their dream world and whatnot.
You bet. You bet.
Heck yeah. And that would do it for this episode of the SP Podcast. Thank you, Marisa, for joining us in this wonderful episode.
Thank you. I have a question, though.
What's up?
I have a question to all of you guys. Did you give it your Rec Room best?
Hey, she said the line. Let's go.
Be creative and give it your Rec Room best. But the question is, did you give it your Rec Room best? Post in the comments.
Heck yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't yet, be sure to check out the last episode where I interviewed Trina Duhart about voice acting and stuff. You'll definitely like that. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. If you haven't yet and would like to see more, then be sure to follow our podcast on either the YouTube channel or any major streaming platform like Amazon, Spotify, or Apple, or whatever podcast streaming service you listen to. And if you would like a chance to be on this show, then be sure to message me at smashproductionscrew@gmail.com for a chance to be on the show. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.